Lucas here, and I will be doing a review on the Super Imaginative Chogokin Volume 11 Side Machine and Kikaider from Bandai. So this figure was released way back in 2001, so we do have here a 15-year-old figure. So yeah, sorry about that. The figure stands at least 7 inch tall. So for comparison purposes, here we do have a DC collectible Batman figure. Uh, so there you go. Do you have a Marvel Legends Iron Man figure from Hasbro? And lastly, a 6-inch Stormtrooper from the Black Series Star Wars toy line. Again from Hasbro. So this figure was the first one that was released under the Super Imaginative Chogokin line, that where they started to introduce the joint system. So yeah, for a 2001 figure, don't expect much for the range of motion, but you know, this was the first step on this toy line that, you know, somehow this was the first one that introduces the joint system, because the first 10 volumes, all 10 of them are being considered as a static figures. They may have some movements or articulation in some areas, but overall it's very limited. So yeah, to start off, the head is on a single piece from head to neck, so it can swivel. Doesn't have much movement going upward and downward, but thanks to the ball joint here below the neck, it adds more range of motion. But again, not much, not a huge deal for me, but probably to some it may be a huge deal. So yeah, um, the shoulders here are on a ball joint, so it can move as far as that. It can rotate, and the weird thing about this toy is that it only came with one bicep swivel, as you can see. So I would understand if it doesn't have a bicep swivel. I would understand if it has two bicep swivel, but I can't understand why it only have one bicep swivel, because this one is really just a well sculpted one. So I really can't see any chance at all that this is, or you know, you can swivel this part here. You can't. So that's weird. Not a huge deal for me, but probably to some it may be. It's on a single ball joint elbow, as you can see here. Alright. Then the wrist is on a peg. So the wrist is already a default hand, a closed fist at the same time. It's something that you can place on to the bike to hold the grip or the handle. And then this part here is on a hinge, then the wrist is on a ball joint, so you can swivel it, and you can do ab crunch. So it adds the ball joint right here on the waist, adds more, it adds additional range of motion, not much view. Yeah, alright. And then here, it doesn't have a thigh swivel, but it's on a ball joint on the groin. It can go as far as that. It can't move backwards, but it can go as high as this. Right. And then the knee here is on a double ball joint, as you can see, and the ankle here is on a ball joint, so it can tilt, it can move upward, it can be downward. So yeah, it's nice. It doesn't have a foot articulation, but check out the detailing here. So There's some toys that are action figures that are being released without like they would somehow forget about this part of the structure of the body of the figure. But this one, even the feet here, it's well sculpted. It's not a peg hole, it's a detailing. It reminds me of a booster of some sort. So, well done. So the sculpting and the color scheme of the figure, it's very nice. Though since this figure has been, kept in the packaging for so long, or maybe because it's too old, the red areas here of the figure is starting to fade out, as you can see. So yeah, it's fixable. Still, I may just need to look for someone who can do it for me. But yeah, it still can be fixed. So for the detailing of the figure, we just so we can. Alright, the head here, the part of the head here is on a translucent plastic, so you can see the machinery going on with the head. Very well done. So I really like the effort that they put in this figure. This part here, translucent with mechanical parts, the shoulders here, here and here, as you can see. So there's a lot of stuff going on with the details, and it's very nice. The logo here on the belt, it kind of reminds me of a Pepsi. So yeah, the figure has a good weight to it. It's just that, to be honest, so there are some parts that I really can't tell if it's hard plastic or a die cast. Yeah. It's sad to say that I really can't tell whether it's a die cast or hard plastic. It's a bit heavy. So for the So for the accessories of the figure, it only came with this one. So yeah, a little bit. They could have added more, but yeah, I think this is the best accessory or alternate hands that they can provide. Because the other one, the earlier volume of this figure, the static version of this one, it came with quite a few number of accessories like a guitar and other stuff. But yeah, this one, it only came with this, so a little bummer. So let's go ahead with the bike or the figure. So just like the figure, there are some parts here on this one and this one that I really can't tell if it's a diecast or not, to be honest. So I do apologize for that. And I'm not really sure if what does this thing do, because I haven't seen the series yet. But yeah, it can do this. This part here is on a hinge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 hinges. So you can see there's some detailing, nice detailing inside of the sidecar. Let me just see if the figure can fit. Because if it can fit, I think there's a possibility that you can. Yeah, it can fit. So I'm not sure if this is the whole idea of it. So yeah, it has some nice detailing here. It has a decent weight to it. It's nice. The color scheme, it's very dope. It's very dope. Alright, so Shinomori Toei Bandai 2001, made in China. So there you go. The boosters and all the machinery going on here, the engines, it's very awesome. So yeah. Then about the bike, it's awesome. The paint app is nice. This one is on translucent plastic, so you can see the headlight and some other stuff here. The Pepsi logo. Yeah. So, oh. So yeah. I like the design of this bike. So then it's you can connect this one because it has a peg and it has some holes in it. You just attach it here. There you have it. So it doesn't have a kickstand. So if you really have to put this in or put the figure in here and use the fit of the figure as a kickstand to balance the bike if you just want to display this bike by itself without this cart. So yeah. So here's a figure riding the bike. I use the slightly open spade hands to hold the grip of the handlebar. It's much easier, and it's it's a little bit risky if you're gonna use this because you might break the handle. Placing the figure on the bike and posing it in a way that it won't look a little bit off is difficult, and this is the best posing that I can do. So yeah, as you can see, the feet is not well rested here, but overall it looks okay for now. I will have to do something about it. So yeah, this figure overall it's very nice. For an old release, you won't expect too much. Don't expect too much for the range of motion because, well, yeah, you just need to be gentle with this figure. But you can, if you want, you can get the new version of this Kikaider character. You can check it out at tamashi.jp. Yeah. So thanks for watching my review and please subscribe. Later.